Hey everyone, welcome back to Mark Loeffler Experience. We've got my good friend Mikey here again from Invest Like Mike. He has a YouTube channel as well. He's going to be putting some content up there. So we'll link him down below. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers and get monetized so he too can make hundreds of dollars off YouTube every month, or tens of dollars, or whatever we're going to do. All right, so we're back analyzing charts. We're going to do a couple here today. So it's December 9th. This video is coming out, we're filming it at 11:30. It's going to come out at 6:15. So, I mean, maybe we'll do one of these live. Comment down below, smash the like button if you guys want us to do one live in the coming weeks where we do live trades. And yeah, we're happy to do it. So we're looking at Apple right now. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some of this Apple chart. So basically we had a pennant pattern and it broke out of it, as you can see. And now, so we got a little bit of a rally here, and then what you'll see as well is we're kind of finding that resistance line, and we're forming a new pennant going this way.
Well, here we're doing kind of an uptrend, and it almost looked like there was a little ascending triangle that we just broke out of there.
Right. So, so we're finding every day we're finding higher support, and we're bouncing off that, and we got. I mean, there's a lot going on in this chart right now, so let's just clean this up a little bit.
Yeah, that's the resistance we're going to right now. So basically, if we're able to confidently pop above this line, I think it can run a lot higher between now and the new year. That's the expectation here for Apple.
Yeah, because then the next resistant line would be like up to 137.50 or something. Probably not going to trade this one today. I'm probably just going to sit here and watch it. Mm-hmm. You know, at that level, I'm probably going to want to see it go to, like, it's at 125.11 on our chart.
Yeah, so this one here, this red candle, if I hover over it, the high was 137.74 up there, and if I go over here, this one was 125.17. So we're almost fully above that right now. It's on the verge of going above there. You can see the pressure has been constantly upwards here. We come from a point where the RSI was low up top here, and basically, if you look at the chart, Apple hasn't really had a rally since all the way back here. This is, you know, the August rally there, and we really haven't had anything happen since then other than it kind of chopping around up and down, waiting to see who the president was going to be. So right now, this is a stock that it's the biggest stock in the S&P, and it hasn't even rallied yet since August.
$2 trillion, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly. So I think this is extremely undervalued, and seasonally, if you were to zoom out on a longer-term chart, other than when the trade war happened or something like that, Apple does really well at Christmas time, right? I mean, if you're going on Amazon or Best Buy or whatever you're doing, you're probably shopping for some Apple products too. So I think they're very undervalued right now, and they're going to go into one of their best sales seasons.
Basically, I'm going to watch this level and the 125.50-ish level. Once it hits that and sustains that, then I'll probably get in and buy some calls on that. I'm not going to do it today. Just for the simple fact that I don't want to be holding it while it goes sideways for a couple more days and let theta or time decay work against me. I'd rather watch for that signal and go from there.
And remember too that, you know, the market's been running hot. I just drew another line here. You know, for all we know, if the market were to start dipping randomly, this could actually come down a little bit and then still rally up from there, right? So there's a bull trend that's a little wider here, and then there's a tighter bull trend that Mark drew earlier here. Right now, we're going to see if it's following the tight bull trend or if it's going to connect down to the one I just drew, which is a more wider trend.
Yeah, but we just don't buy it for the sake of buying it. We want to get the signal, and we want to have it play out, right? So, I mean, there's a lot. There's a bunch of things right now that, I mean, we're watching PayPal, right? It's kind of all over the place now. I'll let Mikey draw the chart here for you, what's going on, but
obviously has been in a bullish run here overall. Okay, so overall, PayPal has been in a bull run here. So this is showing the summer leading up to September. And then once September came around, this was that pre-election time I was warning people about. The market gets choppy, and that's what happened. Now, this is kind of a holding pattern it was in. If you really look at it, it was basically going between this bottom line here and this top line up over here. So we're literally on the verge of exiting a range that it was trapped in during the election when people were kind of taking a pause and weren't betting as heavily as they were during the summer. So that's what I'm seeing visually on the chart. When you break above a resistance level like this at the top here, when you break above it and it's hanging on like this and it's hanging on right above my line, that's a good sign that people are willing to pay that much and hold their shares above that level. It's quite likely to break out here, in my opinion. And if you look seasonally, PayPal tends to do well in shopping seasons because it's something that people use to shop with, to pay with. So I believe that it's going to do well. They also sell cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin now. That's part of this recent rally that's happened. I think it was a month or two ago that
Yeah.
they did that. So I have a lot of reasons to be bullish on PayPal right now. It's also part of the overall U.S. stock market, which is doing great.
And by the way, if they want to take your course in January, they can pay via PayPal, right?
They could. They could.
Right.
There you go. So
And we'll link that in the description below. So we'll link his YouTube, we'll link his Facebook investment page, and we'll link your course down below. But definitely get on Facebook, get on Invest Like Mike, and you will not be disappointed.
the nice thing is with a chart is you could take a bunch of data and it looks like a bunch of random lines, but if you organize it the way I just did, you can tell yourself a pretty clear story. And I think you can take more confident action off of that.
Yeah. And just before this video, we were actually just talking about Uber, and so I just got a notification Uber
Oh,
just
did you?
reached its all-time high.
Okay.
And so
I think I just told you to buy it 10 minutes ago.
you did actually just tell me, he's like, oh, well, while we were sitting here watching it, we were basically watching this level here,
Yeah, it just went above there.
and it just went above there, right? So now it's reached an all-time high. It was basically at $55, and it's gone above there. And he actually did say, hey, we should buy a call here.
Well, see, here's the risk. So this was a live signal. So, it popped up above this red line. By the end of the day, this could drop and it's no longer above our red line. That's the risk you take if you jump in on a live signal. And sometimes in my group, I'll post a potential breakout signal. This is a potential breakout signal because between now and 4 p.m., anything can happen. So if you're buying like this, just be aware you will be disappointed sometimes where this will fall back below your red line and it won't be a breakout. If you wait for the breakout, this could go up another $2 or $3 and maybe you miss out on that today. So, you have to pick which way you want to do, what is your risk tolerance, and how are you doing that. But this one here is very, very bullish right now. It's very, very bullish.
Could be a great one just to sell a put on. I'm actually going to probably sell some puts on Apple and not do calls today. But
We want to look at space as well, yeah. And
Yeah.
for Uber, I'll just point out it's going in an uptrend here. So I just want to point out that this is a bullish setup right now as well. I know it looks weird when something jumps up like this and it's just hanging out there, but it is actively trying to run up, just as it was back here on that portion of the chart back here.
and just for that little bump up there, that was when the court basically said yes, all the Uber drivers could be contractors, not employees. So
Yeah, exactly. So there you go, right? And now they're running on that news.
yeah.
So this one here, Space Virgin Galactic, this is a stock that some people made money on way back here. So everyone was talking about this in July and August. I think Mark even might have made money on this one.
I made money on that.
So you see there was a big uptrend happening. So it came out of a downtrend leading to that up move. So you'll see oftentimes even this one here, it went down and then it went up afterwards. Here we've gone down and we're now in a big, big up move again here. So when you're looking at it, you're kind of waiting to try and time that directional change. When you're coming out of a downtrend, it's nice to be able to use the charts to be able to figure when it might be best to get in when it's going into the next rally. So we're not going to get into all the details of that, obviously, because there's a lot of different things. I've been, teaching Mark some stuff and as well, and there's different things that we're watching. But when we're watching this right now, this is the last big rally we had. There was an area here that we broke above. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, if I just draw it a little thinner here, okay, so you see this area here, Mark, like over here it was kind of hanging out and being trapped under my red line over and over here, okay? When it finally busted above there, you ended up having a really obvious signal that popped up. Now, obviously, during that same day, it went up a ton, but sometimes if you set a purchase order, maybe above a certain resistance, or if you're watching it the way I do, you'll catch that and you would actually caught maybe 2/3 of that move up, and now it's gone up again 2 days later. So in your case, how did you handle that trade?
So I bought calls on Space. What did I say? Today's Wednesday, so that was a Monday. So I bought calls on Space first thing in the morning, and then I was out for a 35% profit.
So you just jumped in like that day here, this big white one.
Well, I saw it. It opened above that resistance, so I got in it basically open, and I think it came back down a little bit during the day, and I caught in again.
And you caught that run up.
I caught that up,
Yeah.
and then so again today it started. It opened above that other the close on Monday. So I'm like, well, that's bullish. So I went in. I went ahead and did calls again today, and I made 25% on that. So.
There you go. And the nice thing is too, so when I'm looking at this, you'll see this one day it kind of popped above there. I end up drawing another resistance there. It cleared both of our resistances that day. So that's very, very good. And I've gone over that with Mark a lot. That confirms your position a lot of the times. And in this case, you really, really benefited from it. So, there's all kinds of stuff you can use on the charts. There's something called a butterfly pattern here that we've gone over last week.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into great detail on it, but the pattern that's here dictates that, you can expect an extension rally if there's a strong stock and you have the right catalyst. That's exactly what it's doing. So like I told Mark, I said, I think this could still go up on a day-to-day basis right now, but there's going to come a point where this thing's going to come down pretty hard, I think.
I definitely agree. And like, that's why on stuff like super volatile stuff, like I'm in, it's super, like not super short. Well, it is super short term. I'm basically in for the day. I set my profit that I want to make, which just happened to be 25% today. And I'm out, right? So it automatically closed out my position. And yeah, you obviously see the RSI is higher than it was the last rally. And yeah, so I set it and I basically forget it, and it closed me out, and I'm happy with obviously taking a profit anytime. The profit's always better than losing. And yet, obviously space isn't something I want to hold probably long term again, just based on like these fundamentals, that it's definitely, this setup is going to have, it's going to fall back down, right?
It should be a choppy ride. I mean, so there's two different perspectives. Some people like to do the Warren Buffett approach and you park your money and you leave it in there. But normally when you're doing call options and selling puts, that's not really the mentality. There are people that do that, but I think a lot of people doing it are willing to and able to be getting in and out more often than just every few years, right? Like you might do it short term. So when something like this happens, for someone like, like me and Mark, we want to try to time when this downtrend here is going to go into the next uptrend. At the top of the move up here, you should have already made money on the move up to that level. I think it's, I say, I don't want to offend anyone by saying this, but it's kind of greedy if you want to always catch the top of the move, because you can be making money along the way. And if you're using call options or if you're selling puts multiple times, you're going to get more than having held the shares would have given you in some cases. So
for sure,
it's one of those things where if you're thinking like a stock picker, you might want to be in for an extended long move over years. If you're doing call options, if you're selling puts, you might have a different way you can go about it.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, I've brought us back to this Apple chart. I actually am going to do a put on it. I've talked myself into it right now.
Okay.
So we'll do a live trade and we'll post that. But basically, so what I'm looking at are,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Right there. Let's just do that. Right. So I have a support line there. I have a support line there. So basically, it's looking about 112. Right. I can go on to the candle and.
Yeah. If you have a
113.
Yeah.
So 113.75. All right. So we're gonna come into my IB account here, and we're going to look. So basically why I'm going to do a put against this instead of a call is because it hasn't broken up yet. It is in a bull trend, and I have confidence that it's going to stay above that 113 number. So I'm going to come out about 6 weeks. I'm going to look at January 15th here.
Yeah, maybe compare your, compare your 110, 115, look in between there and kind of see where your volume is.
Yeah. So like 115, there's lots of volume at 115 for January 15th. You're looking at 166 to 169 to sell right now. So I'm making it 1.5% for 5 weeks.
Okay.
Like it's not 25% in a day.
No.
But this is obviously a lot safer, a lot less volatile stock, right? I could go further out to say February, and that 115 pays me 385.
Okay.
So I'm actually probably going to go out to February and take that for the what's that 8 weeks or so.
Okay.
9
And you're going to
weeks.
sell the put?
I'm going to sell the put.
Okay.
So I'm going to sell.
And so you're choosing a pretty safe target where you should do okay and be making some money. If you want to go more aggressive, you can. You're just taking on a little bit more risk, obviously, right?
That's right.
So it's up to everyone's risk tolerance there.
So I put it in for 385, and we got it. So I'll post that up there as well, that we got it for 385, and we're in for February 19th. We did some Apple puts.
Yeah,
And then basically what this is I'm in the game now. I'm watching the Apple and I'm watching prices. So when it pops up above that level, I can start selling calls on it or buying calls on it then.
yeah. And if you experience a big price pop for some reason right now, maybe you'll get some decay really quickly and you'll be able to cash out of that.
Well, that's
as
that.
well.
I mean, you saw that when I did the Zoom. I got out within 3 or 4 days because it was a similar setup to this, and it had gone, it'd gone up, and the put is the safer play. I would have made more money if I did the call at that time, yet it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
So
And it's funny, last time we did the Zoom video, we went out for lunch and then you were already making money. Let's see if maybe we have some good luck here today with Apple.
that's it. All right, everybody. If you guys like these videos and you want us to do something live where you can follow along, let us know. Comment down below. Smash the like button. And if you guys want to follow Mike, all his contact info is below. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.